My daughter Kuri has DRPLA, a disease that causes atrophy of the brain. It is hereditary and progressive. There is no cure. Kuri is bedridden. My husband Chiaki passed away 6 years ago from this disease. I wrote OHANA Family in hopes of finding a cure. I pray that I can save my daughter. Chapter 4. Choosing the best. Before going to Japan, I had made one decision. That was to reconsider the option of living in Japan, not only in terms of the direct implications of the illness, such as Kuri's epilepsy, combined with her asthma and the relocation damage, but also in terms of our overall lifestyle, such as proximity to hospitals and schools, support systems, and finding new employment at my age. I would prefer to live in Hawaii, even if the treatment in Japan is free of charge. However, many people recommended us to live in Japan, and I myself was calmly thinking I should reconsider the merits of both Hawaii and Japan. When I talked to Dr. T at T University Hospital, I showed him their MRIs and explained in detail their medical history and current condition. Then, after hearing about their future and the progress of research in Japan, I asked him, I believe that raising my daughter in Hawaii will slow down the progression of her disease. I was sure he would talk about the advantages and disadvantages of living in both places. But the doctor's words were completely different. He said, "It's already the best thing about growing up in Hawaii. In Japan, your daughter has asthma, but in Hawaii, she has it under control. That's the best thing. We researchers are trying our best to give good medicine to patients as soon as possible. What you need to do now is to slow the progression of your daughter's and your husband's disease. The clean air and warm climate of Hawaii are important to both of them," he said. Then, continue his story. Your daughter has been ill for almost 10 years now. She got sick when she was little, but even now she can walk with assistance and she can also speak. I think this is quite a slow progression. I am glad you choose Hawaii, and you must have raised your child with great care. You have worked very hard to slow the progression of the disease. Please continue to do your best to raise your daughter until the medication is ready." I was truly glad to hear those words. I was happy to hear the DRPLA experts affirm the path that we had believed in and followed. Most of them encouraged us to live in Japan out of consideration for our family. But some of them were verbally abused and surrendered. It can't be helped, though, that our names and photos were featured on the blog. But I was saddened when people said that we are living in Hawaii because we are trying to look good. That is why Dr. T's words give me such courage. The TV camera was still rolling at the time. But after he left the room, I cried for a while. He told me that our Jews were slowing down the progression of Kuri's disease, and that there were people in the world, like Dr. T, who are working hard to find a medicine. There were many painful stories, but I thought, oh, I'm glad I came to Japan, if only to hear one word from this doctor. I told myself, I must continue to work hard to slow down the progression of their disease.